fantastic to welcome the LG Challenge crew to Breckland Council, where they're taking part in Breckland Training Services LA Challenge. We created this product to effectively give the senior managers of the future a bash at running a fictional local authority, which, to be honest with you, is in a bit of a mess. And it's their challenge now to rescue that council and to start bringing it forward again. What we want to do for them today is to give them a real taste of what it's like at the very top. They've got members of the media to meet with, they've got residents, they've got partners, a whole host of characters to meet with, and it's down to them to start turning the fortunes of the council around. There's a gigantic financial black hole as well. They have to get it when it comes to political awareness. They need to get it when it comes to building partnerships. They really need to get it when it comes to strategic thinking. Right at the end of the day, one of them will be crowned the champions.
Today I'm playing a leader of Longton Council in the challenge. I've just been and had my first meeting with both of the groups today. I would say they are quite frantic. They've got lots of information to look at and they're trying to give all of that to me as the leader at the moment, but they're doing exceptionally well. So first meeting of the day is done, and I'm just getting prepared to go back and see them to see how far they've got. Hopefully they're a lot calmer in the second round.
Being chief executive right now, it is really stressful. I didn't imagine. I've always seen my chief exec going in back and forth and being really busy, but I couldn't imagine that she would get bombarded with so much information in such a little period of time, you know. So I found the challenge really, really interesting looking from that point of view. I think it's important to look at the team that you have around you, that you can count with them to actually make decisions and say, well, actually, you take care of this and just tell me the outcome, or let me know what we're going to proceed, or what's your proposal of how we could do that.
The phrase that keeps running through my head is, with great power comes great responsibility. I think I've got a newfound respect for chief executives just in terms of the varied amount of things that they have to deal with in a day, that they've got big key decisions running through their head, but that kind of constant kind of relationship building and management, that little things keep coming through, little issues, and it's quite hard sometimes to sample what I really need to be focusing on as a chief executive, and what I can kind of either leave for now or kind of leave others to pick up.
They're coping really well with the challenge so far. Lots of stressful situations have been thrown at them, but they're coping and they're dealing with them really methodically throughout the day. Celia's been a really great leader so far. Everyone's responding well to her directions, and they've really pulled together in the last hour or so as they start to pull together their presentation for the final session later this afternoon.
I've been shadowing Team Ignite, and so far I think they're doing pretty well. They've had a couple of moments where they've been a little bit stressed about time, where they've had meetings coming up and realising they've only got about 15 minutes to go. But I would say they've coped with that time pressure really well. Their challenge for the next hour or so before we finish will certainly be how much they need to do in terms of preparing for their presentation. I think they're up to date. I think they're ahead of the game. I think they've got good schedules and priorities planned out. But that hour will fly by, and there's a lot of information to put into that presentation.
This was a real tough one, but before I announce who this is, I just want to again say a massive well done to you all. What I don't want to have done is put you off senior management for life. That's not the idea about this. It gives you a tiny taste of what it's like, and it says to you that no one day will ever be like this. So if you can cope with today, then you're going to get away with it. We've tried to cram weeks and weeks and weeks of pressure into one day. So cope with this, then you're in a really, really good position. So you should be really proud of yourselves. So what we do is we plug all of the scores from today into our gigantic supercomputer, and it churns out for us who our winners are. So it's effectively the best team rises right to the very top. So it's a massive round of applause for today's winners. It's Ignite.
So after a tough start, the team really came through. They did a fantastic job, 2 great chief execs. Maybe I was a little bit scary, but really good. Some good political acumen in the room today and some real focus on communities. Really enjoyed today, and I hope the team did too.
It feels amazing to have won. I think it's always good to it feels like you getting a bit of a pat on the back. It feels like the hard work was worth it. I think as a team it's great to win, but obviously kind of as a chief executive on this task, you're being judged in a way by yourself, so it's a kind of good validation that people seem to think I've done a good job. So yeah, I think I'm kind of quite high right now, sort of natural adrenaline is flowing through, so looking forward to a drink on the way home.